All right. Episode 2?
Three.
I guess we're
Well,
calling it. Well, there's a
I guess the
secret.
first one didn't really
Yeah,
work out.
that's the secret. That's the unreleased one. That one is going to go for sale in a few years. Episode 3, not financial advice. I'm going to run. We didn't talk about this at all, but I already made the Twitter. I actually already made the Gmail. So we're going to run with exit liquidity. I don't know if you formally agreed with that,
I'm fine with that.
but
I mean, there is another
you guys
exit
are good.
liquidity out there that is actually doing a
There,
pretty good job.
shout out to that. I think it's what, Kyle.
Kyle, yeah.
Kyle, shout out to that guy. But this is a podcast. That's a Substack. We're good. We're good. All right. Yeah, my bags are pumping. We're gonna talk NFTs for a bit here. My fracture NFT pumping. Yeah. What do you think about me just absorbing all of the fracture content farming or follower farming?
I mean, I think it's a good I think it's a good idea, definitely. I think that was pretty clear. I always you can always. It's been pretty obvious that if you tweet something positive about a community or a protocol or some ecosystem that has somewhat of a following, and you tag them or hashtag or whatever, you can just engagement farm. Three of my best tweets are. Two of them were unintentional. Two of them were genuinely me praising a project because I thought they were doing something right. One of them was the last one, which was just literally. I literally asked Vito, hey, can I copy this word for word and just replace it with little nouns? He was like, yeah, sure. And now it's one of the only three tweets I have over 10 likes. So I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah,
Definitely should do it if you want to gain that following early on. But
yeah. I also think that like every pseudo anonymous popping person on Twitter that has a good follower base has shilled some fucking project. I was in Kobe's mentions the other day and saw people talking about Max Coin, some shit he apparently shilled from 2017 that people are still mad at him about that. And realistically, I mean,
really,
we don't know, but realistically, he probably was shilling some shit and representing some community at a certain point, and that builds his follower base, and then he can just do whatever he wants after that. I think a lot of people do that. I mean,
but it was different back then. The rules weren't as clear.
yeah, but I
know?
think with that, I'm saying there's always going to be somebody that shills. Everyone's shilled something before. No matter who you are, no one's a non-shilling. Everyone's talked about their bags a little bit.
Yeah.
It's kind of
true.
how people are growing. I mean, Gainsey has me blocked on Twitter, so I don't know the lore behind him, but I'm sure there's some kind of you can name anybody, and there was some kind of project that they were pushing before. That game.
I actually don't know. I think maybe Fu is one exception to that. I never see him talking about any token, really.
Yeah, but how far do you really look back, though? You never
Yeah,
really look back.
hard to
You know
say.
what I'm saying?
I wasn't. Yeah,
And you'll never know
his
until you
account
see
in
it in
2018.
someone's mentions. Yeah, you don't know what people are posting in 2017 if they're posting especially shit posting or thread posting twice a day.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it's
leverage
just
this fracture group. I mean, I think they're a cool group.
you got to
I
be
think the
careful with
project's
it. Leveraging the group is one thing, but tweeting to pump your bags is another.
Well, yeah. I mean, I bought this organically. I'm not technically pumping my bags. They already do enough of that. I mean, they pump the fuck out of their bags. They sweep.
It's more like they're pump right now. It's more like they're pumping your account rather than you
Yeah.
pumping the collection.
Yeah.
It goes both ways.
But yeah, I think that's definitely something that we should do this year. Kind of just leverage our communities. Who knows what you would probably find in. I mean, I don't know about how big is the Lil Nouns collection.
It's actually pretty. Well, the collection's massive. The collection's got 20K, something like that. Because there's
20K?
one minted every 15 minutes. I know there's
Really?
only 6K.
Still?
Yeah, forever.
Oh fuck! I had no idea.
But I've just recently joined the Discord and like started talking to people in the DAO. It's interesting. I mean, they do some good work. I'm still getting a feel for it, for like who exactly like these people are, you know.
Yeah.
But it's definitely better than I thought it was for such a cheap NFT. It's way better than I thought it was. Like, there's a lot of active members. They fund like actually like useful proposals, which is just like a noun thing to do.
Are they proposals that grow the project, or is it like a
No.
charity
They're
thing?
just.
Or...
I was just seeing a tweet today from one of the community accounts that was year recap of everything that happened for Lil Nouns down in the year. Some of the proposals, I'll give you some examples, is like water purification kits for students in somewhere. They funded it with 20 ETH. They funded
cool.
some social activist thing for women and non-binary developers. That's all I'm seeing right now. I mean, there's more down here. They gave out 1,700 ETH this year to builders, which is a lot actually. That's wait, that number sounds really high actually. Holy shit. In a year? The collection hasn't even done that much in volume.
She just bought the floor with that.
But yeah, no, it's cool. It's a great community. I gotta get more involved there.
Yeah.
And that goes for like any, especially now. Like, if there is a community in the first place, it's probably a pretty good one because if they're still around, like they're probably more dedicated, educated, passionate than what you'd expect like 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah. So is there a price you dump at?
No.
You sticking with it?
I mean, it doesn't go up. Inflation is ridiculous. Like if
it did though,
it's like why would it go up?
How married are you?
If floor price like 5x's, I would sell it in a heartbeat, and I would just wait like a couple months and then buy it back when it eventually goes back down to 0.15. Because you think about it, one minted every 15 minutes. We're gonna actually do this math.
Oh no, I mean I'm sure it's not going up. You don't have to convince.
There's 96 minted every day times 365. That's 30. This collection is going to be 35K. And
are they free minting or are they minting?
No, it's 0.15. It's an auction each time. It starts at 0.15. That's why the floor is just always going to be just below that. And there's no like rarities with nouns. It's just personal preference. It's literally just like art, really, which is awesome. I think that's why like I'm sure if it goes up, there's some
what do you get with
number
the regular now? Why is it at 30? Why is I mean I know why the
there's regular nouns there's one minted every day, and regular nouns were made like 9 months before Lil Nouns. Yeah, it trends to 0, but I mean it would take a lot longer for regular nouns to. There's almost 600 nouns right now. In a year, there's not even going to be 1,000. Like, inflation's super slow there. And Nouns DAO does some really cool things.
There's only 600 of them in total? And there's one minted.
Yeah, right now. Right now, yeah. Okay. 572 of them right now, yeah.
Actually, that's a cool model.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like that. That's pretty cool. But yeah.
Their treasury's massive. Their treasury's 28K ETH.
Any notable people in Nouns that I would know?
I don't think. I only know one person in Nouns DAO. I probably don't want to. I mean, no one's going to watch this, but like still, you know?
Yeah.
I'll say that
like Milady's has like that one guy who went to jail for Martin Shkreli. He's like a...
he is a Milady?
Yeah. Like Milady's are known for like, I guess a higher than normal percentage of like ex-criminal people. Like that's like the Milady group. That's kind of why I think they're pretty cool.
Did not know that. I actually know. I think like 1 or 2 analysts in Nouns DAO, and then I mean I don't know. It's not like a super flashy brand. I think, which I kind of like. Like, not to say that I mean, let's be honest, apes are all flash. Like
Yeah.
punks, not quite, but to some extent, more so than nouns for sure. Nouns are just quiet in my eyes.
Yeah. Like quiet building kind of vibe.
Hmm.
Did you see that apes are a security thing that the bankless guy was? I don't know if you ever watched that, or did I ask you that last week?
Did we talked about this last week? I think, right? But not too much.
Yeah.
Just like mentioned it.
Are you on the no side or the yes
I
side on that? Or are you just sideline?
no being that apes shouldn't be a security.
Are they? Do you think they're a security though? Would you consider BAYC a security?
What's the name of that test?
Howey test.
Howey test. I mean, it's like
It's so vague.
it's really
so
flimsy.
vague.
It's
so
like
vague.
you could call anything a security. You
Yeah,
could call any
that's-
digital asset a security, really.
Yeah, but the thing is that what I was watching on that Bankless pod, they had an actual securities lawyer on, and he was basically saying like, because the counter argument was like Pokemon cards are traded like securities, but they're not regulated by the SEC or something like that. And the way he said it is that part of the Howey test is just realizing that is this something that the SEC like would regulate? Like because it's traded so quickly, because the money moves around so like massively for something like this, and it's so trackable, it's something that the SEC would just want to fucking regulate. Like why not, kind of thing.
I think it's just like the Howey test. All this conjecture, all of it, none of it really matters. It's just whether or not they want it. They can. The SEC can flip it in either direction. Like,
What's the probability you're giving SEC regulation in 2023 on NFTs?
I would have no earthly idea, honestly. Like, I could say 20%, and I could say 80%, and I would be equally as unconfident in both of those figures. Like, I don't think anyone can give a good number for that.
I'm gonna throw my guess at 30%. I'm giving it a 30% chance they come in
For in 2023 or
2023.
Mm.
30% chance, but I think I don't think it'll be that bad.
Pretty high.
You think so?
30% this year.
Why wouldn't they? I feel like it's just so easy.
Yeah, but I mean, in
gonna
2020,
stop them,
if you're talking about in 2023, that's like a different thing. Like government moves a bear.
Oh. Well, yeah, that's a good point, but no, I'm still sticking with 30. They're moving so much volume. They're constantly dropping new shit that's adding value. Like the fact that they keep dropping more shit that people earn money off of.
You're talking about apes.
Yeah, apes specifically. Okay. Like that's where it like is very much just a security. Like you're holding an ape for the drops, realistically, or that's what has shown to like work, kind of.
You're not holding it for the art, that's for sure.
Definitely not holding it for the art.
All right, let's. I don't want to get too macro-y.
Yeah.
You know that. I want to talk securities and regulation and this and that. Let's talk about our bags instead. Tell these people what to buy.
Okay. How's our planes trade going?
Our planes. It's it's not terrible.
We have been telling people to, like some people have been hearing what we buy. It's just not working these past couple weeks. Where's your head at with that? I feel like
I haven't taken
after bad call.
I haven't taken that many trades the past 2 weeks. I think like immediately post abstraction, I like over traded a little bit. Didn't lose crazy, but like I was definitely over trading.
Yeah.
Past 2 weeks, I haven't taken too many positions, and I've closed out some for profits as well. So I've been okay.
Still in the Rengo one, right?
Yeah, I'll stay in that for a little while. I'm trying to lend against one as well, see if I can pick up a distressed one, but I don't know.
Would you borrow against it?
I was actually looking at offers today, but no one in terms of collection offer. I posted it to see if anybody wants to offer on it specifically, but no collection offers were particularly appetizing. Why, you want to lend against it?
How much do you want? Like, you have to eat that 80.
I don't want to lend against it that bad. Like if somebody gives me really good terms, I will. Or borrow against it that bad.
Yeah, there's no reason to. What would you do though? I mean, there's not really much to do with borrowed money.
I mean, in theory, I was actually thinking this a while ago. Is that like if we can like, I mean, you've talked about how like it's not at all infeasible for us to generate like 15-20% a year just through like NFT trading. Like I think that's a low number. So it's like, let's say you have 20 ETH you want to use for trading, and you think like squiggles are undervalued or something like that. You buy a squiggle for 20 ETH, you borrow against it. Squiggles have very good lending rates right now compared to the market. They're like you can borrow against them for like under 15% for like 90-day plus periods. So you just do that. You get exposure to squiggles. You get maybe like 12 to 15 ETH to trade with, and you just have to beat 15%. And it's a way. I mean, squiggles
So
being one example.
You're saying you take loans against the squiggles you buy with that 20 initial ETH, and then are you trading with the borrowed money, or are you just staking it in Lido?
You're trading with the borrowed money. Trading with the borrowed money, or I mean, whatever you can do to outperform the APR. I'll be back 1 second.
I think I've had ideas similar to that, where not similar to that in terms of like that, but in terms of like raising something. I always thought like just like some fucking boomers that have like millions, and like they've heard about crypto, they've heard about Web3. Like we could you could just easily raise and just fucking set up a staking rig, or like just stake with Lido and get them like 5% a year, 6% a year. But then I realized that nobody wants the ETH exposure to begin with. That's normal.
Nobody who doesn't already have it wants the ETH exposure begin with.
Yeah, but
if you already have the ETH exposure,
if they
you already know about
ETH,
that.
Yeah, but if they already have the ETH, they'll stake it themselves. My whole thing was that you can, like, with the quote-unquote knowledge we have on staking, and like the knowledge that we have on the markets, compared to a boomer who doesn't know what fucking staking is, you just tell them that they can earn 8% on ETH, but you have to convince them that there's an upside to ETH in general. And realistically, there is. I mean, like, if you start a staking pool here at $1,000 in ETH, you're at like a $32,000, $40,000 cost for 32 ETH.
At this point,
I would honestly be fine with dumping that all on a Fraxi and staking for 8% for at least a year.
I think that the subset of people who are bullish enough on ETH to invest in it, yet who don't know what staking is very small. Because you have like Coinbase.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's the most approachable thing by far. I know like normal people who use that.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are you providing at that point? When Coinbase makes it easier for anyone to go and do it, you're just banking that this guy's not going to find out about that. Like,
Yeah.
sure, his rates might not be as good. It doesn't matter. Like, it's easy.
Yeah, I just think that people are very terrified to, like, you can easily be like, okay, well, you saw FTX, why would you use Coinbase? Like, if you want to counter argue like sexes, like, you know, you can pitch it, I think. If you know, like, some fucking boomer who's willing to put, like,
Do you think a boomer understands the difference
50,000
between FTX and everything else?
No, but you can create like a 5th grade level pitch deck for that. That's easy to explain. Because the first thing that people are comparing SBF to is Bernie Madoff. And like when you compare a scam to a scam, it's like simple to say that this scam was just a scam that involved cryptocurrency, just like a scam involves other technologies. It's still just a scam.
It just sounds dishonest to me to do something like that. You're intentionally omitting information from someone who doesn't know any better to get money out of it.
Yeah, but you're still earning for that.
Yeah,
Like,
but you're not really providing anything.
I mean, realistically, yeah. How are you not providing anything?
What are you providing that
providing all of the, like, that person. How much is the Coinbase rate for staking on Coinbase?
It's
Probably
probably
like four,
marginally less than the
three.
Frax one.
But that's the same thing as saying that like Coinbase is not providing anything.
Well, no, because Coinbase is providing the actual like infrastructure. They're the ones actually staking it, or they're paying someone to stake it for them at the very least.
I mean, realistically, you can argue that a decentralized ecosystem of staking, which is like Rocket Pool or Frax ETH, if you're contributing to that pool, you're somewhat contributing to the process of validation. I see what you're saying, where it's like a dishonest thing to be like, yeah, I'm going to earn you 15% because I do so much, and realistically, you're not doing that much. But not doing anything, I think, is exaggerated. I think you like don't realize like how much we've learned so far compared to people who haven't learned anything about the space. Like it's common knowledge to us because you're in the space, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can see that, but like, I don't know. In my mind, there's an option there for people like that who you can just say to them, "Hey, go make a Coinbase account, KYC,
But
tap
I
like
would
three
rather
different
people
things,
not
and all
make
of a
a
sudden you've
Coinbase
staked
account.
ETH."
I'd rather people use like the decentralized versions of those things instead of a Coinbase account, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
Just in like
maybe.
Ethereum ethos, and then the fact that I know that you can get 8% on Frax ETH instead of the 3 or 4% on Coinbase. I mean, I could
I think if
tell
you're
them,
gonna,
hey, go ahead and try an stake on Frax, but then there's Ledger. So technically, I'm custodying it. I'm like being a
Mhm.
cybersecurity nerd. I mean, there's like ways to argue it. I mean, you
If
can
you're
say
gonna
the
do
same
something
thing
like
about
that,
like. I've thought about it. I don't. In reality, if I was to do something like that, it'd be at like a small scale. I think it's better than just telling people to go on Coinbase.
yeah, I think it is better too, but it's not.
It's not like I'm gonna take like 10%. I'll take like one, 1%.
If I would do something like that, I wouldn't like. I don't know. I think I can beat staking. I would offer my own strategies. I would offer them.
Yeah, but what's the strategy?
I don't know.
What's There's no alternative strategy in a bear, really. I mean, there's trading, but like, there's no repertoire with trading. It's realistically
I could offer them access to private markets. I could offer them
that's true.
early stage private rounds at NFT lending, maybe NFT flipping if that if they want something that high risk.
I don't think anybody has
Who's
the
better?
appetite for that though. I think people would much rather
Or
be like, oh, you can just stake this. You're validating all the transactions that happen on the most used chain instead of saying that
yeah,
like,
it's a lot easier to make this to sell that, I think, because
yeah, to
the
somebody that
like
is like nervous about it, kind of thing.
yeah, it makes the revenue or where the money's coming from feel a lot more concrete. One of my friends has been selling apes like crazy the past week. Every
Apes.
yeah, every every couple days or so, I see him post a picture of a new ape. It's like selling board ape 57, 40, 48 or whatever. DM me.
Did
I
you DM him?
wonder. No, I didn't DM him. I don't want a fucking ape. I don't have money for an ape also, but
You
I don't
really
want one.
fucking hate apes. I don't hate them that much.
They're
I
so.
honestly,
They just
I
look
hate,
fucking stupid,
I
dude.
hate friendship bracelets more than I hate
Friendship bracelets
apes.
don't look that bad.
I hate friendship bracelets more than apes, honestly. Mostly
They.
because it's like a hated rally that I missed out on, like every bottom call that you had
I
on.
told you
I
so
know.
many times. I told you
I just
so many
hated it
times.
so much. I just hated the art so much. It looked like eighth grade biology, like cell class. I just was not a fan. But shit,
Yeah.
good trade for you. Would you get like
I
0.03 or point 0.3 or point 2?
my first buy was 0.02, and
Yeah,
then the rest of my
that's when you
buys
told
were
me
at
about it too.
0.12. Yeah, that was when I was hesitant because I bought at 0.03. I exited at like 0.15, and it pumped to like 0.2, 0.22 something. Then it came back down to 0.12. And at that point, when it came back down, I was a lot more bullish on it. So I loaded up again between 0.12 and 0.15. I think I sold like two at around zero point 0.3 to zero point 0.4. I sold one at like zero point 0.5. Sold one just today at zero point 0.6. 0.6 or zero point 0.7 maybe. And
Nice.
then I have my last two listed. I wonder what the like
If
floor
anyone
market
wants to
cap
buy
is of
them,
this collection.
what
Because this
what?
is a big fucking collection. Friendship bracelets.
No, what number? Which numbered NFT friendship bracelets do you have? So anyone watching this will buy it from. You think the
Are they
volume comes
numbered
back
for
for
friendship
NFTs in
bracelets?
general?
For NFTs, it's there. I mean, I don't think it's really left. I mean, obviously,
No, I
it's
mean
like
in dollar value.
compared to a bull market, yeah. But if you look at even in dollar value, like NFT markets are doing compared to like DeFi, compared to everything else on chain,
Yeah,
it's pretty nutty, honestly.
yeah. I'm worried though, because every time, like since January, we're like, dude, it's coming back. It's coming back. Like 40, 30K Bitcoin, like 20K Bitcoin. It's like you get that hope, and then like it just gets shot down, and then you're way overexposed. So I'm on the cautious side right now, but I hope it comes back. It's
Yeah,
pretty fun. I
it's
actually
fun.
enjoy the NFT flipping experience. I was thinking
Friendship
like
bracelets.
gas is at like
Sorry.
20 Gwei right now, 17 Gwei today. Like if it gets high, L2's on NFT. Like my NFT L2 thesis. Well, I don't think it's mine, but like I think there's a real chance if NFTs drive some kind of comeback, people are gonna stop trading on mainnet because gas might get high enough, especially for like because I've been seeing that mints have been causing like serious spike ups on gas fees, like at certain
Hmm.
times. I could see
I don't
like,
know. I mean,
and they just connected OpenSea with Arbitrum Novas. They have Arbitrum
yeah,
Novas.
but it's hard to. I don't. I think we're gonna. I mean, we don't know yet, but we're gonna find out how difficult it is to migrate an NFT community like cross chain
No, I don't. I don't.
because I
I
don't think
don't
it's
think
as
anything
simple as it
migrates.
sounds.
Wait, do you mean
So
like
what?
specific projects migrate, or just like the interest migrates?
Well, why? I mean, both,
No,
both,
I don't
because
think projects migrate
well,
unless it
then
like.
then that activity is always going to continue because punks, apes, art blocks,
No, I just
to a
think
certain extent, Azukis, that
I
stuff is
think
not going to activity there is not going to die out. People are going to stay trading, flipping, financializing those on mainnet.
for sure, but I'm talking like projects that are like there's going to be a point where a project decides whether or not to launch on mainnet versus L2s because of how expensive it is. Just like they launched on Solana instead of mainnet because of how expensive fees were. That whole launch mechanism is what I think, from what I know, costs the most in terms of gas. So I could see like some project. I mean, because I was going on the Treasure DAO thing. It's nice. Like it is a
Hmm.
nice UI. It's a nice
It
ecosystem. There's
is,
like
yeah.
people talking about it. I wouldn't be mad if I was a project going to like using something like that for my launch instead of mainnet ETH or mainnet
I
Ethereum on
have
OpenSea.
I have heard not great. I haven't looked into it myself, but I have heard not great things about the Magic tokenomics because everything kind of has to route through
Yes,
that for Treasure DAO.
that's the
Um,
only thing I hate because I'm not gonna buy Magic. I wish I could just choose what to buy in.
but you can, if I'm pretty sure if you're on OpenSea, you can just buy. You can buy the same Arbitrum NFTs that are on Treasure DAO on OpenSea with ETH.
Yeah, yeah, I think you can, but yeah, I don't know if there's
Oh
probably
my god,
another
dude!
the 2.5% on there, two and a half
The
percent of fees versus whatever
feet
Magic is charging. But you probably make that
feet
up in
picks.
no way, no way that pumped. I saw
Sorry,
that on
it
Mintify today.
pumped. It's pumped. It's
No
pumped. I
fucking
mean,
way.
it's up. It's up.
No
When
fucking
I saw
way.
it, it's up like 3x. It's not pumping like crazy, but like
What's the
it's
volume?
up 3x. Volumes. I mean, it's on the open. I only saw it because it was on the trending page,
Of course it fucking is.
so it is up there. I thought about it. I did think about it, but I was like, no, I can't. I can't in
Wait,
good
hold
faith
on.
do this, but maybe I should have.
We'll get back to sheet pics real quick. Hold on. I gotta piss.